Lasermate. Eject. Operation. Channel intro.
Hello, fellow YouTubers. Lady WC Stop Motioner here. Welcome to viewers new and old. And today, I have Transformers Legacy Voyager class Bulkhead. I honestly wasn't sure if I was going to get this. But, I mean, I love Bulkhead. I have good representations of the Prime and animated version, so why not? Bulkhead is more than deserving of being one of the non-G1 characters to get a Generations update in this style. Hopefully they will give us a more proper update to Prime Bulkhead eventually, but for now, I think this is cool. So for the package, you can see him right there. Open window again. There's that gorgeous box art. Again, very vibrant. I love it. There's his robot mode there, and there's a close-up of his face. There's the side. And there he is right there. Here's the back. Shows him robot mode and vehicle mode. Takes him 30 steps to transform, which did surprise me because when this figure was first shown off, I noticed he looked very simple. But from the reviews I've seen, which have been positive so far, which is what motivated me to get this guy, it's not as simple as you would think. There's the QR code, which we're going to go ahead and look at right now. Okay, so here's what you get with when you scan the QR code. You get this GIF of him, which is really cool. Shows this getting shot and him shooting out of his gun right there. So it says alt mode is an army van, which looks very similar to Age of Extinction Hound, which was just basically Bulkhead is who that was. Function, heavy munitions, special unit, Team Prime. I appreciate that. Origin universe is Prime, which this version is anyway. I mean, for me, Bulkhead originates from animated, but this design is based way more on the Prime design, so that's fine. Signature weapon, Energon Gatling Blaster. Rapidly fires rounds of Energon Blast. Bio. Bulkhead may be a gentle giant most of the time, but this wrecker is always ready to kick some tailpipe. Oh yeah, pretty good description of him, I think. He has a 9 in strength, of course. A 3 in intelligence, which I do not agree with. For me, Bulkhead is, like in Prime, I'd say he's more about a 7. Speed is 4, which I think that's fair. And an 8 in firepower. So, I'm not fully pleased with the stats, but still, it's cool. And also windshield wipers move, so that's nice. So yeah, that's what you get with the QR code. Okay, so without further ado, let's get this guy out. Alright, hopefully there we go. Can't just get it all on the first hit, apparently. Oh, man. Jeez. Alright. There we go. Yeah, he does look pretty cool. So, let's get into this. Okay, so... excuse me. They're just stuck up on me. Okay, so here we have Bulkhead in his vehicle mode, and I adore it. I adore this vehicle mode. It looks, again, it looks a lot like Age of Extinction Hound. And I like that, because Age of Extinction Hound, that basically was Bulkhead. They just decided to call him Hound for some reason. Jumping in comparisons a little earlier than usual, but I just wanted to show him with the Siege Hound. So it's nice to have these guys look totally different, like not alike at all, which is really nice, because I don't know, it's just cool to have Bulkhead and Hound on the same shelf and have them not look similar. Even though really Bulkhead did kind of seem to draw some have some inspiration from G1 Hound in animated, like the stars on his shoulders and such. I mean, I guess there is the Energon Bulkhead that exists, but does anyone really care about that version, like, at all? So you do have this front section that is made of translucent plastic. However, I'm not really too worried about it. I think it's going to hold up fairly well, to be honest. I do wish this Autobot symbol was a little bit bigger. Got some nice sculpted details for this tarp back here. And one thing I want to take note of, another reviewer was talking about this, make sure you tab the heels into the back right here, because it makes folding them out when transforming him a lot easier, because otherwise it's just impossible without sticking something down in there. But you can store his weapons in there, and that's what I call perfect weapon storage. It's not key to the alt mode, but it doesn't stick out either. I just really wish all Transformers could do that. Rolls fairly well. The wheels don't all turn. That could just be something I'm doing wrong with it. You do have some spare tires right here. So, really cool. Alright, let's do this. Actually, first, let's compare him to his other incarnations. Here he is with the Prime First Edition. You can see they look really different. I really wish Hasbro would re-release this, or APC Toys, who, like I said, should be coming out with a version of Bulkhead soon. Although first I think they're going to do the Arachnid, which looks totally incredible. But I think people would be less resentful towards this. That's what I think anyway. I mean, I don't really see people talking about the fact that it's just that this one is hard to get, because if they were looking for an improvement, you can't really improve on this. This figure is amazing. And here he is with the animated version. It was a lot bigger, in vehicle mode anyway. So, that's cool. Okay, here we go. Alright, first off, here's Ultra Magnus from Siege. Here's Wheeljack, so you can just have him with his fellow wreckers. Here's Optimus Prime. Here's Cliffjumper. Here's Bumblebee. Here's RC. Here's Smokescreen. And here's Ratchet. So that's Team Prime in a G1 design aesthetic. Or if you want, you can do the animated team in the G1 aesthetic. So I think that's pretty cool. I do appreciate how filled in he is underneath. That's pretty cool. You do have some ports on the side and on the top right here. So, overall, I think that pretty much covers the vehicle mode. I love it. The vehicle mode is amazing. So now we can move on to the transformation. And man, the transformation on this guy surprised me. Seriously, I thought it was just going to be fold the arms back, fold the... fold the legs up underneath, fold the head down, and attach the tarp. Yeah, I thought it was going to parts form. It doesn't. So begin, fold the feet down, and just come right here, untab this right here, and untab this right here. Then just untab the heels from the back here. Just grab this section right here, untab this, hold it down. Just go ahead and remove the weapons. And just come right here, pull this out, pull that up, and put that into place. Just come right here, untab the legs, then untab right here, pull the knee down, open this up, come right here, rotate this around, fold it in, close this up, do the same on this side. Okay. Then just come right here, pull this up, fold the arms down. The elbows are really tight. Then come right here, fold these right here, and fold that up a little bit. I'm just gonna leave it there for now. Untab right here. Just come right here, fold this down, fold the head up. And then you kind of have to fold this down as you're folding the arms up. And then just tab them. Let's see. Yeah, just tab them into place, and that'll just kind of push the chest down. Then fold that up more. Pull this down, tab it into place. Pull the tarps down. Just the tarp, I guess. And there you have Bulkhead in his robot mode. And I know a lot of people really do not like this robot mode. I get it, but I think it's really cool. I think that head sculpt perfectly captures the character of at least Prime Bulkhead. It looks a little bit different than the animated version, obviously, but still, I think it looks like him. I do wish maybe, this is nitpick, maybe his legs are just a little bit shorter, just because that's just how Bulkhead should look in my mind. I mean, here's the animated version. You can see he's got very short and stubby legs. I don't know, that's just something I find appealing about the design. And same for the Prime one, not quite as stubby as the animated ones, but still. Quite surprised that this version is actually, at the head, is taller than both of these figures. I mean, I guess I'm not as surprised about the animated version because that one's just small in general, but yeah, I'm surprised about this one being shorter. Like I said, it's not often that a modern day figure is bigger than a figure from like 10 years ago. For another comparison, here he is with the Siege Hound, and I mean, they look pretty different, and I appreciate that. Obviously, Bulkhead is a lot bigger, and he's a much brighter green, so that's good. Here he is with the G1 versions of the animated team, and obviously this isn't really how the scale wasn't animated. I mean, Bulkhead was bigger than Optimus, but still, I think these look pretty cool together. And then, of course, here he is with G1 versions of Team Prime, minus Tailgate. You know, I do have the Thrilling 31, I just didn't bother, really. So yeah, I think these look really cool together. Still not sure if I want the Legacy version of RC. So yeah, I like that. So that was a lot of comparisons, but just thought I should go in and get that taken care of first. And I do think the details on this are pretty nice. Really, probably biggest drawback is just it's kind of hollow when you look up in there, but I mean, you don't look at them from underneath, and if you did look at them from behind, you have this tarp here. So, I'm fine with that. You do get his mace, which you open up, and then you just plug that into his hand, and close it up, and he can start wrecking some Decepticons. Then here's his gun, which a lot of people don't really seem to like it. I think it's kind of cool. You can have him hold it. There, I don't like it, but just plugging it on his shoulder, I think that looks kind of cool. Or back, whatever that is, really. And then you can remove the tarp. You can just go in and pull this out. And then this can kind of work as a shield. I guess it works fairly well. Because the problem is a lot of times when they have detachable shields, they're not really big enough. But most of the time I just don't leave it on the back right there. Now for his articulation. Head is on a ball joint, can go up and down. Can't really do a full 360, but you do get a little bit of side to side. Shoulders can do a full 360. They can go out to the side that far. You do get a bicep rotation, which is pretty tight. Get the elbow bend, which is a little too tight. You can pull off over a 90. You do get hand articulation, which is really nice. He does have a waist swivel, which is also good. Not often that Bulkhead figures have that. Not that I really minded it that much, because it's not like he was a super agile guy, but still. Legs can kick forward that far. And you remove the tarp. Back about that far, so that's pretty good. You can go out to the side that far. You do get a thigh rotation. Knees can pull off a little bit more than a 90. And you do get some foot articulation and ankle tilt. So I can't really find too much else I could ask for in the articulation. I think it's really good. I also like how the spare tires form the wheels sticking off of his back, because that's kind of how the Prime design worked. Now, some people have been saying they've seen some animated design aesthetics in this guy. I'm not really seeing it, but maybe there's just something I'm missing. So, I think that pretty much covers this figure. So I'll go ahead and get into the final thoughts. Okay, so once again, there is Bulkhead and my G1 display, and I still haven't managed to fit Blaster on there, so hopefully I'll be able to soon. But yes, a figure that was very controversial when it was first revealed. I was kind of interested in it, but again, I think a part of it is because I have good representations of the Prime and animated versions. So I get it if you were hoping for a new version that was affordable and good, because I mean, there was another Bulkhead that was made in the Prime line, but it looked like trash. The first edition is the way to go. So I can see that, but just based purely on it as a figure, I think this guy's pretty amazing. I love the alt mode a lot. I think the transformation is really fun. And I like this robot mode. It's got cool details, and the articulation is really nice. And again, the joints have just that right amount of tightness, which is something I'm really enjoying about Legacy so far. And again, the chest is made out of translucent plastic, but I'm not really worried about it. It seems like it'll hold up fairly well. So, just based purely on it as a figure, again, I do recommend this guy. I think you'll have fun with him. But I do really love Prime and animated, and I can understand why some people aren't going to like this, but I'm really enjoying it. So, just based on that, I think you'll enjoy it. So, that's just my thoughts on the figure. Be sure to comment down below what you think of the figure. And as always, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and God bless.